An extraordinary and unprecedented event has shaken global politics as the United States reportedly carried out a large-scale military operation inside Venezuela, resulting in the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores. According to multiple reports, the operation was executed with precision during the early hours, catching the Venezuelan leadership completely off guard. U.S. Special forces allegedly secured key locations before detaining Maduro and transferring him out of the country under heavy military protection. Within hours, he was reportedly flown to the United States and taken to New York, where he is now facing long-standing federal charges, including drug trafficking, narco-terrorism, and conspiracy-related offenses. For years, relations between the United States and Venezuela have remained tense. The U.S. government has repeatedly accused Nicolás Maduro of leading a corrupt regime involved in international drug networks, human rights violations, and the destruction of democratic institutions. American authorities had already indicted Maduro in previous years, placing a multi-million-dollar bounty on information leading to his arrest. However, despite these charges, Maduro remained in power, protected by his control over state institutions and military loyalty. This recent operation marks a dramatic escalation from diplomatic pressure and economic sanctions to direct military action. Reports suggest that the U.S. justified the operation by claiming it was enforcing existing federal indictments and protecting national security interests. Officials allege that drug trafficking networks operating under Maduro's leadership were directly affecting American communities and regional stability. The operation was described as swift and decisive, with minimal resistance, although details remain limited and contested. Venezuelan authorities, on the other hand, have strongly denied U.S. claims and labeled the operation an illegal invasion and an act of kidnapping against a sovereign head of state. The international reaction was immediate and deeply divided. Some political figures welcomed the move as a step toward accountability, while many governments condemned it as a serious violation of international law. Critics argue that arresting a sitting president through military force without international authorization sets a dangerous precedent and undermines global norms of sovereignty. Emergency discussions reportedly took place at international forums, including the United Nations, where legal experts questioned the legitimacy of the operation and warned of long-term consequences for global stability. Inside Venezuela, the situation remains uncertain. Supporters of Maduro have called for protests and resistance, while opposition groups see this moment as a potential turning point after years of political and economic crisis. With Maduro removed from power, questions arise about who will govern Venezuela, how stability will be maintained, and whether the country will move toward democratic reforms or descend into further chaos. The Venezuelan economy, already devastated by inflation, shortages, and mass migration, now faces even greater uncertainty. Meanwhile, in the United States, attention has shifted to the legal battle ahead. If the case proceeds, Maduro's trial could become one of the most significant international legal cases in modern history. Legal experts expect fierce debates over jurisdiction, presidential immunity, and the legality of his capture. The outcome could reshape how international law is interpreted when it comes to prosecuting world leaders accused of serious crimes. This event is more than just the arrest of a president. It represents a major shift in global power dynamics and U.S. foreign policy. Supporters see it as a bold stand against corruption and crime, while critics fear it opens the door to future interventions under the guise of law enforcement. As the world watches closely, one thing is clear. The capture of Nicolás Maduro has changed the political landscape of Latin America and sparked a global debate that will continue for years to come.